Night seeing foliage normal. Oh, about to crack my can. In front of this lovely, awesome thing we just filmed. Because I know you like the continuity, fellas, because otherwise it's like jumping around and you don't quite know where you are. And if you're following on Google Maps and things like that, you know, yeah, the big bag banks you, man. That's just a small one. You actually see the really large ones. So, I hope we're in the right area. I've just got to make sure I place myself, I think. So it may be actually worth just going out there for 5 minutes just to make sure we are starting it properly. We're not going off on a tangent or something. And in other words, we end up wasting the whole day and having to come back next season to actually do it properly. You know, like end up doing 3 trips to actually get to something we could have done in 2. Yeah, a bit like, oh, that's another thing I want to go back to is that pool, you know. Why can't we just have a JFK situation, get rid of the smeg, go back to Australia again very quickly, and we can be Australia again by Christmas? Wouldn't that be nice? Be once again living in Australia by Christmas. Wouldn't that be a fantastic Christmas present? Hey, Mr. Humphreys. Yeah. Yep, I think this is it. Yeah, I think that's where we were. So we could either go down this way, down the gorge way, right down the middle. We might just try that for a little bit, just to see what it's like, if there's any little meandering creeks, little streamlets or anything, springs or anything. But lovely moss on the, let's see, it's getting that sort of goldeny colour, getting ready to go into dormancy fairly soon, I would say. Once we get much beyond the 3rd week of October, you usually even get into that November weather when the oppressive weather starts to come on. And once the soil on the surface just dries out for 3 or 4 days, it's basically, for the bulbous, cormous and tuberous plants, it's basically all over Red Rover. So maybe just follow it down on this side of the gorge to a certain extent. Might be a bit hard going on the old tootsie footsies, but you know, or footsie tootsies. Zulu language, yeah. What was that from Dad's Army? What he used to always used to go on about getting them up, getting it up them. What did he used to call them? Yeah, getting a bit chunky there, but maybe that's because they've been nibbled off by kangaroos. Oh, that's not a sundew bug growing on it, is it? No, it's just a bent back flower stalk, I think. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty steep there, fellas. So, you know, I'm going to have to make a few choices. I'm going to have to play my cards pretty much on the money, I think. Oh, wow. Look at the dampness on the soil here. Now that looks like it's being fed by something. Oh, yes, yes, look at that. That nice slick to it. Lots of seedlings, so yeah, it says it's stayed wet. As I said, our new information about the soil having to stay wet for at least 2, maybe up to 4 months to, you know, do all the nitrogen fixing from the atmosphere may have, you know, now it tells us where to look, basically. Where and when to look, you know. And also around the world in a sort of global positioning sense, you know. Look up some charts of, you know, which countries have wet periods of the year and how long are they and what sort of rainage, rainfall they get. Yeah, we were there, fellas, so yeah, we are definitely on this side of it. So hopefully we are actually going along to what we saw the vintage, but you know, we might get a few support. We're definitely going to go back to where we came from before, put it that way, logically, but whether we actually, we might find there's a bit of a quirk here that we haven't quite thought about. Like, we're going down here and we actually somehow we should be going somewhere else. A trick of the eye or a trick of the landscape, I don't know. But I don't think I really want to climb up too high. I'd rather go shallow if I can. But it's probably now time to fairly soon start a new clip. Bit of redness on that one. Oh, jelly mould. Look at the jelly mould. One, it might be dangerous, but two, just shows how wet it is. And yes, looks like there is moisture flowing through the soil, and I see when we get to our final glintage it's going to be, but we've got to watch out for that jelly mould, fellas. You could easily break a leg out here and I'd have to drag myself all the way back to the car, and I'd be late, wouldn't pick my son up from uni or anything. So, you know, I need a set of flares basically, don't I? I need an E-perb and a set of flares. Well, I mean, I could do that if we're actually living in proper, you know, in Australia, not in bloody Abbott land. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes, look at that, fellas. Look at that. Lucky I had 1 foot on the rock. But look at that jelly mould. Yeah, and there's wit down there as well. Well, and a nice red, well, is that because the jelly mould is somehow fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere and that's why the plant is redder? Oh, another one over there. I think we're going to have to go there, fellas. It's starting to get interesting. Now, if I can get my on my knee, put my foot on that thing there, that will support me. Little one down there. Be nice to find a little pocket of dichotomous or BINATA, you know, just a little couple of small plants just coming out. That would be nice. That would just close the season nicely, get me ready for a nice Christmas present of like a JFK situation or something. You know, that would be nice. Yeah. And the smeg is gone. Long live the smeg. Yeah, but look at that. That's nice. Oh, what's that coming out there? Don't know. Could be anything. Any others? Because usually when there's one BINATA, there's usually others if it is a BINATA. But you know, I'm only used to cultivation of bananas. I'm not used to the. I'm not like the people from the eastern states who probably, you know, got this sort of stuff. They probably grew up this sort of stuff with BINATAs and cut their teeth like I was in WA. They probably cut their teeth on BINATA over their way. And they know exactly what the wild forms look like and how they differ from, you know, the cultivational look, and they can tell one from the other, yay or nay. And there's more up here too, but it's going to be a bit precarious. As I said, look at that, it's basically 45 degrees sideways. So is that true? When you look at them sideways, there's no false perspective. But yeah, now we could just walk down the centre down there, but it might be difficult. And we just end up all the way down there and have to climb all the way back up to the car, wouldn't we? Unless we see something, you know, like a bit of rock fall due to a seep, or, you know, a stream or something, spring, something, you know. Anyway, probably time to start a new clip, okay?